Okay, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
You ready to get started? You ready to get started? All right, guys, we have a very special Bible school this year. You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's people from all over the world that's going to be with us doing these experiments with us. How cool is that?
It's really cool.
Can you say
Really
hi to everybody?
Hi.
Say hi. We're so glad you're going to be here with us to do these science experiments. So first we're going to talk about what our Bible verse is. So you ready? It says, I can handle anything because God helps me. Does God help you?
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how God can help us when we're lonely. Have you ever felt lonely?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what's a time that maybe you felt like you were alone, Stella?
It was when one time I was in my bedroom and nobody else was back there and I felt alone.
Yeah, I feel lonely when I'm alone like that in my bedroom too. Would you know that there's a story in the Bible about people who felt alone?
I do not.
Well, we call them lepers.
Oh.
They actually had a sickness and they couldn't be around their family and friends, so a lot of times they felt alone. It seems really sad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I can remember times when I felt like that, and there are times that you felt like that. But you know what? You never really have to be lonely because God is always with you. And we have a special science experiment that's going to help us understand that.
Okay.
So are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. So first we're going to take 6 cups. So let's arrange them in a circle. Let's put them in the middle of the table here. And we'll put maybe 2 here and 2 here. Let's make sure they're nice and close. Okay. So they don't want to stick. All right. Now we've got 6 cups. Now we're going to put some colors in there. So Cameron, can you help me and put 2 drops of red in this cup? So you can watch it, just gently squeeze, and you'll get 2 drops of red food coloring in that cup. 1, 2, perfect. Now you can put the lid back on. Now Stella, can you help me and put blue in this cup? 2 drops, just like the red. So you can see we're putting color in every other cup, and these are empty between them. Okay. Josie, you want to help me with yellow? Okay. So we're going to put yellow in this cup. So let's help squeeze. Ready? We're going to go 1, 2, and 1 more. Let's do 1 more.
Why
3.
Why 3 for yellow?
Okay. Kaylee, can you help me put a couple more yellow drops right here? Okay. I'm going to go 1,
Why was I doing that?
2. Perfect. Okay.
Why did you put 4 yellow?
Well, because yellow is a lighter color.
Yeah.
So may I have the colors, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you guys know anything special about these 3 colors?
No. They're the 3 colors that make every color in the world.
Yes, that's right. And do you know what those are called?
What?
Together? They're called primary colors.
Oh.
Primary colors are red,
So cool.
yellow, and blue. And when we mix primary colors together, we can make all kinds of other colors. Isn't that fun? Okay, so we're going to put some water in the cups with the colors, but not in the cups with no colors. So we're going to fill up the red cup, and we're going to fill up the blue cup, and last we're going to fill up the yellow cup. Yellow cup's wobbly. Okay, now I have a special job for you. We have paper towels. So I'm going to give everybody a paper towel. Just hang on to it for a second and I'll tell you what you have to do with it, okay? Here, Joe. And Stella. Okay, so I'm going to do one and I want you to watch me and then we'll all do it together.
Okay.
So get the piece of paper, the paper towel, and we're going to roll it up like this. You see?
Yeah. I'll roll it up.
So roll up your paper towel.
It's rolled up. Now do I make it flat rolled up like yours?
Yes, you can make it flat if you'd like.
Flat rolled up.
So-
I have to start over because I messed up. Totally.
Okay.
I did it right.
Yes, good job.
I just rolled it round and then flattened
Now once you've got it rolled up, fold it in half. It looks like a little tent. You see?
Yeah. Mine looks like a big tent.
Now we've got 6 of these little rolled up pieces of paper towel.
Yeah.
It's the same number as the cups. Okay. Now we have to put these in the cups. Okay? So let's put one between each set of cups like this. So one end will go in a color and one end will be in an empty cup.
I'm gonna do mine in the red.
Okay.
There.
So make sure you push them all the way down in there.
Whoa, that's soaking quick.
Yes.
There goes.
You want to put blue?
Okay, cool. Move your hand.
I'm struggling. Okay.
Yeah,
And there's the last one. Now what is the color doing?
Soaking through the napkin.
So the napkin is doing a special job, and there's a big word for it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
It's called a siphon. Can you say that?
Siphon.
Siphon. So a siphon picks up liquid from one place and puts it in another place. So do you remember we did not put water in these 3 cups, did we? So our paper towels are going to siphon the water up and then back down into the other cups. What's going to happen? So tell me your thoughts. Let's make some guesses on what do you think is going to happen in these empty cups?
It's gonna make a different color.
A different color? What do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna stay the same color, but just be in a rainbow.
Be in a rainbow? That'll be cool. Kaylee, do you have any ideas on what's going to happen?
No.
You don't? What about you, Josie? What's going to happen? Do you know? You don't know? Do you guys know what's going to happen?
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, it'll take about 15 minutes for it to work. And if you've got a bigger cup, it'll take a little bit longer. So that's why we've got these little bitty cups. But while we're waiting, I want to tell you about something.
What?
So you know why this reminds me about God?
What?
And do you remember how I said that sometimes we're lonely?
Yeah.
And usually when we're lonely, that means we're far apart from one another.
Yeah.
Well, let's pretend that each one of these cups is one of us. Okay?
I'm blue because I did the
You're blue. Okay.
big. I'm yellow.
You're yellow. You're yellow too, right? Okay. So if each of those cups is a person, some of the cups have different colors in them. Well, do you think that God gives us different gifts? Maybe one person is really good at painting or dancing and another one is really good at writing, right? Or something like that. So those are all different gifts. And each of us can have different gifts. And even if we're apart, like these cups, they're all separated, there's something that's connecting. What's connecting our cups?
Our paper towels.
The paper towels. What's connecting us as people? God, that's right. So God is connecting us. And so just like this paper towel is picking up a color from one cup and adding it to another, even when we're far, far apart, God is using our gifts and picking them up and helping somebody else. Maybe that somebody else is right next door, like you guys. Or maybe that somebody that we're helping is all the way in Alaska.
Yeah, like the people.
Yeah, like our friends in Alaska. Or maybe they're all the way across the world. Maybe they're in Kenya or in Russia, right? So even though we're so far apart, God is taking our gifts and picking them up and using them to help somebody that's far, far away. So if you know that God's always doing that, are you ever really alone?
No.
No. Even if you're all by yourself in your room, you're not really alone because God's still connecting you with your sister, with your mom and dad, with me, and with everybody all over the world. How cool is that?
Yep.
Okay.
So cool.
Well, let's take a minute and watch and see what's happening with our colors. Do you see anything happening? What happened with these cups that were empty?
They got colors in them.
Yeah, what colors do they have? Is it the same color as the 3 that we filled up? The blue, the red, and the yellow?
No.
No?
No, it won't be, but there's mostly blue in that right now.
Mostly blue in here?
Because the red hasn't made it, see?
Okay. Well, let's take a short break, and we'll come back and see what this looks like in about 10 minutes, okay? Okay, so now we're back together, and some time has gone by. Let's take a look at our cups and see what happened. I'm so excited. Tell me what's happened in there. And I'll even move these paper towels out so you can see a little bit better.
There's different colors in each cup.
What?
Mixed. They mixed. There's even purple.
Whoa.
And green.
And green.
And orange.
And orange.
Were those there before? Yeah. No.
Were they there before?
The green wasn't there before, the purple wasn't there before, and the orange wasn't there before.
Where did it come from?
The other colors mixed and they made other colors.
That's right. So do you remember what we called the napkins?
God.
Siphons, right?
Yeah.
So a siphon picks up liquid from one area and drops it down somewhere else. So what our paper towel siphons did was it picked up a color that we filled up and put it into another cup. Now you remember when we filled these up, we filled them all the way to the top, didn't we?
Yeah.
You'll notice none of them are full to the top anymore.
Yeah.
So the water moved from one cup into another cup. And when it did that, the colors mixed together. Do you know anything it has in common with these three colors, purple, orange, and green?
What? I see blue drips on that one.
These are called secondary colors. Do you remember what these were called?
Primary colors.
Primary colors, great job. So these are primary colors, red, yellow, blue, and these are secondary colors, purple, orange, and green. When we mix the primary colors together, they make the secondary colors. So who can tell me what color you get when you mix blue and yellow?
Green. It makes green.
So blue plus yellow equals
Green.
green. Great. What if we mixed red and yellow? What do we get?
Orange.
Orange. And so you can even see that it looks a little bit like red and yellow mixed together, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So we get orange. What if we mixed red and blue?
Purple.
Then we get purple. Great job. And you remember, we used the gifts, that was the primary colors, and God connected us, and He mixed up all of those special gifts and made something brand new. How exciting is that, guys? Yay! So we're going to use our gifts to help make the world better. All right, well, that's all for today. We'll see you again in a few more days to do our next experiment. I can't wait to see you guys again. Bye!